If this is it, doo-wop, please let me know. If this is love, you better let me say so. If this is it, doo-wop. Hello and welcome into So Happy You're Here podcast. I'm Erin. This is Becky.
Show choir edition.
We're not professional singers, but we do like to start in song. We encourage you to enjoy any song with any lyric.
Well, except for what you would prefer.
What?
You need a little bit more of a horn section.
That's okay, you guys. I was at an event a few weekends ago where I got to go to a concert of the #1 Huey Lewis in the News cover band in the country.
So they say.
They have to.
You and I could say we were.
Well, they have people who would agree with it though. This band was phenomenal. They looked like him. They sounded like him.
How fun.
And they had all of the instruments performing live. So it wasn't like music being piped in with a vocalist.
Yeah.
It was a full band with guitars and keyboard and drums and the sax player.
Let's go.
Now, he was so good. I was doing air sax.
Did he do that thing where they like scooch across the front of the...
He didn't scooch to my knowledge, but I was dancing as though I was having a medical episode. So he could have, and I might have not seen. But when he started ripping it on the saxophone, first of all, I was standing directly in front of him doing air sax like an absolutely insane lady.
When I move, you move just like that.
Yeah, when I dip, you dip. But the way he played that saxophone, in my mind, I was thinking, A, this is awesome.
Yes.
But B, like we need more sax.
I love a horn section.
In case my husband listens to one episode. We're good there.
But this is why we love an Earth, Wind, and Fire horn section. This is why, I mean, that brings it.
Name a modern day musical act that is ripping on the saxophone.
I think Bruno has saxophone.
Bruno Mars, okay.
Sometimes, right?
Yeah, and like no offense to Michael Bolton, but I'm not talking about that saxophone or Kenny G or whoever.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I do like those. Yeah, that's such a good.
And that was the alto sax.
Oh my gosh, remember the alto sax?
I have kind of Kenny G hair. That's how
you look beautiful with Kenny G hair. Anyway, I want everyone to bring back the saxophone. We need more instruments into music. Bring back that sax. Also, I dare you. I get ridiculed a lot when I talk about Huey Lewis because people are like, "What are you?"
Well, you know that I had to break it. I had to break it to Erin. I said, the world is divided into those who love and those who dislove.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you guys all something, and this is science. This isn't even me. This is just science. At this event, when the #1 Huey Lewis in the News cover band started to play,
yes.
Okay, we call them Huey, fake Huey. When Huey started ripping it up there on that stage, not one person's toe wasn't tapping.
Oh,
I mean, it is
fun.
So catchy.
Yes.
Even the people who didn't want to dance at the bar were just kind of like swaying back and forth. Even the people up front dancing like me were going crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't have to love him, but I promise you, it's a better mood after you listen
You'll
to him.
enjoy him. Yes.
Anyway, that's
true.
neither here nor there. Happy belated Mother's Day, everybody. Hope you had a great Mother's Day weekend. How was yours?
It was delightful. It really was fun. We had Phil's mom came over. I was in my bathrobe for most of the day.
That's why we love family.
Yeah, it was lovely. Like a nice little meal at
Who prepared the meal?
Ciao Bella.
Oh, okay. You went
as
to
the good Lord intended.
Okay. So your mother-in-law came over.
Yeah, she swung by. We talked to Jackie on the phone. We're going to get together with her. I think I'm going to take her to Bruno Mars on Wednesday.
Your mom? Mm-hmm. You are this Wednesday?
She and I have done that show before. We've done.
Now that'll get you moving. And I'll teach you how to do the air sax in case his band member starts going crazy on the saxophone. Oh, that's a great Mother's Day gift, taking your mom to Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
By the way, if you are in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, PSA, Becky's coming to a concert near you.
Always.
Do not stand behind her in the bathroom. Do not stand behind her, God forbid, for a cocktail. And if you are behind her in the venue and you want to put your butt in your seat at any time, you will not be able to.
Get on your feet.
So switch seats with somebody or let security know in advance.
And hope I don't wear my hair high.
This bitch doesn't sit for a concert. No matter. Even if security asks her to, she doesn't sit.
Maybe like when we get to, my favorite story of Jackie is when she knew the entire 24 Karat Magic show front to back because she'd already seen it on TV. And so there was a little moment where they broke from the plan that she had. And when it went from very, very loud, everyone cheering, to this sort of musical interlude.
Yeah.
And she screams over, "Are they not going to play Versace on the floor?" Which is a song that goes, take it off for me, for me. Yeah, in my 70s.
For me now. Versace on the floor. She wanted to listen to a horny song.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
And she was devastated that they weren't going to play
Miss
Versace
Jackie,
on the
I
floor.
love that. Listen.
But right when it got super quiet, are they not going to...
And then did everyone turn to see if she was with her lover, but she was with her daughter.
That's right.
Yes.
And we decided to sit for that one. So for the baby making music, we can give it a rest.
Yes. Well, you guys did go to a baby making concert together. Remember in high school?
Oh my gosh.
When your boyfriend stood you up.
The hairdresser, the current hairdresser.
Yes, he's
not mine, but he is also a hairdresser.
You dated 2 hairdressers.
They're best friends.
This is wild. I never dated one. Dated a few farmers, but no hairdressers. Well, I'm happy you had a happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Miss Jackie. We had a great Mother's Day. Thank you. I am, you guys, this is gonna be hard for everybody to believe, but I'm more high maintenance than you.
Oh.
So like I wake up.
You had expectations.
By the way, I've been sick all week, dead, like high on Sudafed. I had a job that I had to do. Like I was hired for a job. Surprise. And James had his official grade level confirmation this week.
Oh, so you can't even sleep when you're sick. You can't even take a breather.
I laid dead in my bed. I drooled and was high on anything I could get my hands on. And I'm not a medicine person. I don't even like Tylenol. I don't know. You guys let me know. If you get older, do your allergies change or something? I've never had allergies. And I swear this started with an allergy and then became like some sort of infection in my brain.
Encephalitis.
It was terrible. I think I was on that cruise with the notavirus or whatever it's called.
Oh, Hanta. Have you heard the theory on this? The conspiracy?
No. Wait, let me get my tinfoil cap on.
Present. Hanta, whatever.
No idea.
Was actually on X-Files years ago, like in the 80s and 90s.
With Jillian, what's her name?
Yes.
No way.
Mulder and Scully.
Yeah.
That it was government created.
You guys.
I know.
You know, we're just here to giggle about conspiracies. I have a controversial thing coming up at the end of this too that I want to
Controversy Corner.
Controversy
We're going to play
Corner.
Prince's Controversy to lead into
Controversy.
that.
Oh yeah, let's do it. So I was sick all week, really bad, like terrible. I'm sorry, we're all friends here, but like snotty nose and like sore throat. So I didn't know what else to do. And I had a big week. I'd been hired for this gig. I had a big confirmation at this beautiful cathedral in St. Paul, Minnesota. So I just started pumping. I was like an addict raging through our medicine cabinet. I'm like, Sudafed, take it. Allegra, I'll have it.
Do you Google?
Aleve anytime.
Yeah.
No.
Just whatever.
I just wash it down. NyQuil, amen. It's midnight somewhere.
Did you rally?
I did go to the job and I rallied. At the confirmation, because it was evening time and I was like 3 days into my illness.
Yeah.
I was a little loopy. It looked like I might have been on something, which I was, but it was all over the counter. So anyway, by the time Mother's Day rolled around on Sunday, I was feeling better. I was ready for my Mother's Day mimosa, but then I really poured it on thick. I needed coffee delivered to me in bed. I needed everybody to do their own work.
Yes.
Like I couldn't be bothered. And my kids are old enough now to wait on me. So we had a beautiful brunch with my parents. And then we always meet up with a good family friends and we kind of sit next to each other.
Fun.
It was a lovely brunch. We came back here, my mom and I walk. You guys know how fast my mom walks if you've been listening to this. Yeah. She walks at most people's mid jog speed.
And by the way, she's
barely
short.
5'2".
Yeah.
And she has short legs and they go really, you know, like when Fred Flintstone would pedal his car,
just
wheels. They go like that.
They turn into wheels.
Yes. They go like that. And so what we do is we really want to walk with the kids and my dad and my husband and everything, but they can't walk as fast as us.
Yeah.
Cause I'm even in a huff trying to keep up with it.
So you have 2 groups.
So we do 1 lap at a pace that drives her insane.
Too slow.
Yeah. It's just, which is a brisk walk for most humans. And then we drop everybody after the first lap. And then the second lap we do at a wild rate.
Great.
Yeah. At like a Olympic speed. Yeah.
Can you still keep your
for the most part, but you know, I'm coming off this illness. So I was little,
right.
I wasn't as athletic as normal with my mother.
Yeah.
And now, by the way, my mom's biking through Europe for the next 2 weeks with her friend. And she had to get a regular bike. Everybody else gets electric bikes. Otherwise she tears off.
Oh, because she won't even
She like
stay
runs
with the pack.
away like a kid at a mall when they're 5. Because she goes so fast. So without seeing the terrain, without knowing where she is, she's just going to do a regular pedal bike for 20 to 30 miles a day.
Wow.
And everybody else is doing electric. Otherwise, she gets too far ahead of herself.
This is really cool.
Anyways, this woman doesn't do caffeine or drugs.
Does she not?
Isn't that wild?
She's just high on life.
She just does energy. Energy. So my mom came over, we did a walk, and then we brought pizza in, and last week we learned that Becky loves hockey, and I tuned out. So apologies to you. We watched the Timberwolves game, which is our NBA.
Great win last night.
And I am at a point where I'll do whatever it takes to spend time with my kids.
Yes.
And the Timberwolves, which is our Minnesota NBA team, is in the playoffs right now. And so all three of my boys wanted to watch it. So we ate pizza and watched that, and it was lovely.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, it was a lovely, lovely day. Thank you. And I hope you all had a great day. And by the way, if Mother's Day is a sad day for you, and know that we're here for you, and validate your sad feelings as well. It's not a happy day for everybody.
No.
There's a lot of strong feelings around motherhood. And so if you're missing somebody or hoping to be a mom or a grandma, or just don't have great memories, that's okay too.
Yeah,
we validate that.
That's right.
So there's a lot of things we have to talk about. And you were asking me if I watched American Idol this weekend, and I didn't.
I'm
not an Idol girl. Well, all my heart and soul goes into Dancing with the Stars. I barely have time to keep up with that.
And they took away So You Think You Can Dance. It's over now.
Because Nigel got accused of sexual harassment.
I think that's why.
No way. So You Think You Can Dance is so good.
No, I loved that show. I thought it was so great.
It brought us Tate McRae.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's exactly where she came from. And it brought
you some of your favorite Dancing with the Stars pros, such as Lindsay Arnold, Whitney, Carson.
Who do I remember? Who was Ellen's? He's no longer with us. Twitch, yes. Rest in power.
Rest in power, Twitch, but also
lay off the drugs.
Mm-hmm. I think
Allison said that she found some shrooms or something.
Did she have to say that? Put your conspiracy caps on. Did she have to say that because somehow he was being blackmailed behind the scenes because he's involved in a bigger ring of Hollywood elite from flying too close to Ellen? We'll get into that.
I didn't know that one.
I'm just allegedly.
Or could it be?
I'm just allegedly thinking of other reasons.
Whoa.
That this happy, successful, wonderful man.
It's true because his family refuted it and said he did no such thing.
And did she do that just to protect her family remaining? Because there's so many rumors around the people he might have ended up accidentally too close to. This is also selfish because I just think Twitch is such a great guy.
Yes.
That I just feel like something wasn't right about that. But we'll get into that in a later episode.
Interesting.
So you watched American Idol and you asked me if I watched it and I didn't.
So there we were. Paula came back. Randy came back for Me, For You, Dog.
Oh, no way. Really?
It was really cute. And boy, oh boy. I mean, like, you forget how at the height of their powers, I mean, that show was a juggernaut. So we're watching the show. Bennett is my youngest. He doesn't watch it with us, but he happened to roll through. And they were introducing some former Idol not winners necessarily, but you know how when they get into the second, third, fourth, fifth, they can still
like
be
finalists or favorites.
All these superstars. Elliot, Mean. And I looked at this gal and I said, who is that? And Bennett goes, you don't recognize her? And I said, I do not. And he said, that would be my babysitter from when I was little, Paris Bennett. And Paris Bennett is a local singer, and her mom, Jamesia, very famous singer in town here. And I had completely forgotten that Paris Bennett was his babysitter.
No way.
Yeah, and
is she?
She's a grown ass lady now.
But is she a musician, like professionally?
Beautiful, beautiful vocalist, very popular. I forgot she was on Idol. All of these things just completely popped out of my head.
No way.
But what I do remember.
So did Bennett call her and say, "What's up, Sita?"
He chose her because they had a little thing. They used to have a thing called Hornet's Nest at the high school.
Yeah.
And it was basically like a class that the kids would take. We would bring, busy moms would bring their kids in for an hour or two, run to the grosh, come back. And the
like
kids,
the high school kids would watch the babies?
Yeah, but it was like it wasn't just babysitting. It was like an early childhood kind of class.
That's wonderful.
It was actually really cool. But of all the babysitters or all the kids, he was like, I love her.
Was he, because he was attracted to her? Like he had a crush on her?
Oh, I think yes.
Yeah,
he thought she was so beautiful. And so what did happen though, is that I came home one day and neither Father Phil nor either of the boys nor Paris were at home. And I didn't know where anybody was. And I got a little flummoxed. So I'm working the phones, asking where everybody was. Well, they were at the indoor park at Edinburgh. And I said, but nobody told me what? You're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And she said, well, Ben said that it was okay. And I said,
your baby Ben?
But Ben was 4.
Oh. No. So did you have to fire her after that?
Well, I think we were going to part ways.
Yeah.
Because Ben can be very convincing, But he was 4.
Yeah. I mean, that younger. Have you seen Ben's head of hair? Have you seen that face? He could convince a lot of ladies, even older than him, to do a lot of things.
My mom says it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
She wants us to. She wants us to go.
My mom said, you should take me here and then buy me ice cream.
Yeah.
My mom said, it's okay that you give me a BB gun to shoot around the backyard.
That's exactly right.
Speaking of cute babysitters, we're totally going off topic of what we agreed to talk about today. So when my kids were toddlers, I was still helping to coach the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Yes.
And so oftentimes they would have to come to practice, and or I would have some of the cheerleaders come babysit the boys.
Oh, I love this.
And at the time, they did not know that they were being babysat by NFL cheerleaders, and so
they just had the cutest little babysitters in the whole world.
So they look back on it and they're like, are you freaking kidding me? That
Stone Cold Foxes.
That girl wiped my butt. Like I would have learned to wipe my own butt had I known she was so hot. But let's take it up a whole notch. Now I'm going to say a name. And for all of you who are going to look this person up,
yes,
I want you to look her up in private and not on a work device, okay?
Totsy Totsy.
It's not porn, but it's a step away.
Is it OnlyFans?
Well, I would just look up her Instagram page, okay? Because everything's covered. But it's still like, I don't think you want your coworkers or your boss knowing that you're looking at this, okay? But there's a girl, her name's Brecky Hill.
Oh, I am very familiar with Brecky.
So she is
former
from
Edina
our
grad.
Sweet little town.
Yes.
And she has made a big name for herself. I'm not quite sure, LA or New York.
Yeah.
I think allegedly is on the platforms where
so.
you make a lot of money.
I think so.
That Becky's going to join one day if this doesn't take off. And her Instagram, if you check it out, is very
jazzy.
Revealing.
Very
it's jazzy. So we were talking about how my kids didn't appreciate, because both of my boys are attracted to girls. Yeah. They didn't appreciate that they were being babysat sometimes by NFL cheerleaders. But surprise, when cheerleaders come to your house to babysit you, they're not dressed in their uniform.
No,
they're still dressed in like their sweats or whatever. So we go one up, a mutual friend of ours who lives by you.
Yes.
Her kid's nanny when they were little was Brecky Hill.
Oh.
So my oldest son is talking about, he's like, God, I can't believe I didn't try to put the Mac Daddy on one of these girls. I'm like, you were 5. So like, chill. But he's like, I can't believe I did it. And then the mutual friend is like, I still have Brecky's number when she would babysit me. I know.
And what's crazy is when her Instagram was kind of in its infancy, it was definitely changing.
Is she your kid's age?
She is my friend's daughter's friend.
Okay.
Yeah. And so some of the pictures that were just a couple clicks away were like at the football field.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now listen, we're not here we're observing. We're not judging. We're observing.
Never judging.
But my boys and a few of their friends are like, we really missed a few great opportunities. So Paris goes on to sing an American Idol. Cheerleaders, I don't know what they're all doing, but they're really nice girls.
Brushes with fame
and
all
then
around.
We've got sweet Brecky. I've never met her. I don't know her. I just know of her. And if you are looking her up, make sure you just, I would just do it in a quiet corner.
And I didn't realize that there were rules with Instagram.
What do you mean?
It can only
you
go
can't show
so
nudity.
Far. It's close.
Is it really? I only
jazzy.
looked it up like twice.
Yeah.
And then I was like, my boys.
Are you afraid you're going to get arrested?
I don't know. I don't want
Is this part of the search history worry?
No, you already know. I'm embarrassed of my search histories, but none of them are illegal by any sense. No, because the algorithms now are so intense. Like one time I looked up, I don't know, my dog had an ear infection and I looked up like, is this an ear infection? And now I get nasty pictures of dog ears served up, mother, to me constantly.
No, that is true.
I just don't want to look up a young girl who shows off a lot of her curves because I don't want my whole algorithm to be that. I want it to go back to cake decorating and pandas.
But there is a way to reset it. I think you can kind of turn the tide.
But I never do that. Okay, we have made a commitment to you and to each other to try to stay to 40 minutes.
Yes.
Because we know you're busy and we need 40 minutes away from the worries of the week. So let's get on with our agenda.
Okay.
I am sorry if you guys are sick of this, but I need somebody to talk to about it. And if you're sick of me talking about it, let me know. And I will just go out into the street and start preaching about it. Blake Lively.
Oh, yes.
Settled her disgruntlements with Justin Baldoni's parent company, Wayfair. Settled after the court threw out 10 of her 13 claims.
Do we know what settled means? Does it just mean go away, or does it mean money changed hands?
So the settlement means that it's over.
Okay.
And typically it would mean money would exchange hands, but I think they all agreed to keep it private.
Yeah.
But okay, so they settled, which basically means that there's nothing happening anymore.
I think they just agreed to their mutual destruction had to be over. Like, it just wasn't going to go anywhere. She wasn't going to win. It's time to just put it to rest.
I take issue with you saying mutual destruction.
It was, though.
He is not destroying her.
He was, I think, in him trying to defend himself, he went hard after her as well. He should, because he had to protect his name, too.
I think that Justin Baldoni politely and assertively said, no, you don't get to call me these names.
Yeah.
And then reasonable, smart people like me went hard on Blake. Because we all watched Blake abuse the system, take, in my opinion, take resources and validity away from real victims.
This I agree with, yeah.
And let her ego get in the way. That's my opinion. I reserve the right to flip on a dime. I have yet to flip since this all began. But this is what happened, you guys. So the judge threw out 10 of the 13 claims that she made. And the 10 were the biggest ones, like sexual harassment, unsafe work environment, that type of thing.
Right.
Then the 3 claims that remained were all about whether or not Justin Baldoni planned a smear campaign against Blake or whether that was organic. And as somebody who has definitely spoke negatively about Blake, I can tell you it wasn't Justin asking people to do it. Like, that's just normal people.
That was bandwagon. People just agreed.
We're just looking at the facts, looking at former interviews, looking at the facts and saying, like, Blake,
creepy.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
Take a break, take a few years off, come back a nicer person, or at least like don't be so aggressively mean to this kid. Okay. So anyway, those are the only 3 remaining. So on Monday morning, they settled. This was a week ago, Monday, so 10 days ago. They settled. And so everybody's thinking, okay, they're going to go their separate ways. If I was their PR representative, I would be like, okay, go on a vacation. Yes.
Get out of here.
Go on a vacation, commit to preschool, chill out with your family. Let's take a few minutes for all of this to go away. Let's let the news cycle, turn over a few times. Let's get together at the end of the year and talk about where you want to go next.
Smart.
That's what I would say to both of them. Okay.
Not Blakey.
Blake Lively has the audacity to show up at the Met Gala
that night.
Hours later. And not only did she show up, she does an interview where she reminds the interviewee that she's shy. And so she had to have it was a beautiful Judith Lieber clutch that she had made. And the 4 different sides were watercolors of her 4 kids that they created. And then she embroidered them onto this clutch. It was stunning.
And she is known for her Met Gala. She had that Statue of Liberty one that was insane.
Yes. So the clutch was beautiful, but she's like, I had to have this because, I'm shy. So I need my kids with me.
So the rebrand starts that night.
Also, I am not a dum-dum. I'm very observant. Okay. So she shows up to the Met Gala and it's kind of crickets around her. Like, a lot of celebrities, you can tell, are trying to at least do a little elbow or a little hi to each other because you get more publicity mixing and matching. Mm-hmm. When she took the red carpet, well, it wasn't a red carpet, but when she took the red carpet, quote unquote, in the stairs, she was pretty much alone. The only celeb I saw that stood next to her for a photo was Anne Hathaway.
Which was beautiful. That Michael
Anne Hathaway
Kors.
was gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a little too back and forth for me, but
okay,
we'll talk about it. But anyway, so she gets on the carpet and then you see and I think it's either paid and or bots, where she's the queen of the Met, She was trying to rebrand herself Queen of the Met. And I agree with you. She has had stunning looks. I loved her Statue of Liberty look. I loved the red dress she wore that one time. I can't remember what year it was. She's had beautiful looks.
Yeah.
And she's a beautiful girl. Like, she's stunning. So I'm not taking that away from her by any means. But then everybody's like, Queen of the Met's back. The Queen of the Met. I'm like, this is your PR.
Yes.
Trying to get us to rebrand you as the shy Queen of the Met.
Come on.
You fell for it.
And by the way, did you see her snap at her helpers?
No, I didn't.
They were fluffing her, getting the train ready because it was really a lot of fabric. And of course, she can't help herself. She's a dick. She snaps right at him, yelling at him.
I mean, Would you have gone to the, and you don't just go to the Met on a whim. So she's been planning to go to the Met.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is minimum weeks, probably months, planning to go to the Met, especially when she wore vintage Versace.
Yeah, well, the garment itself.
If you're getting vintage Versace custom cut to you or custom fitted to you, that's months in the making.
Right.
So you're telling me you settled the morning of the Met and then just
that was the setup though?
Yes.
Settling that morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she could immediately go into rebrand, immediately like, look at, I don't skip a beat. I just think she's gross. I'm sorry.
And what does he do then? You know,
Who's
like
he?
I think
Justin or her husband,
Justin.
Ryan? I don't know. I'm not saying, I mean, maybe he is weird or like maybe they didn't get along. Like I'm not saying he's a perfect man. Remember he wore that stupid hat. Remember? So I'm not saying he's a perfect man, but also like she just, I get the ick from her. Then Vogue. So they do a post. It's Donatella Versace, Madonna,
which was incredible.
Anna Wintour, former editor-in-chief of Vogue, and Blake.
Oh.
And they do a post that says, our Mount Rushmore of the Met.
And they posted that?
Yes.
Whoa. That's
Vogue.
They are doubling down on her.
Excuse me, you don't know who Rihanna is or Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yeah.
You're going to do a Mount Rushmore
By
of
the
the
way,
Met?
Beyonce was also at that event looking incredible.
She did that skeleton because, you know, everything was based off artwork this year. And the skeleton was truly based off a real piece of art.
Wow.
You're not putting Sarah Jessica Parker. You're not putting her in the Met.
I don't think she's going anywhere. Andy Cohen is normally her date.
And she didn't go this year? I swear I thought I saw her.
No. I think are choosing not to.
One of the reasons
It might be the protests.
one of the reasons I didn't really, typically I'd like to post and talk about our favorite outfits, and we can still do that.
Yeah.
But I'm like kind of grossed out by Hollywood right now. Ever since everything came out with the elites, and we've talked about it, and we love to joke about controversial things. There's really nothing about Epstein I can joke about.
Nothing funny.
So I can't joke about that. But everything that's come out around him, the Hollywood elites give me the ick right now.
I know.
So unfortunately, like I just didn't feel good covering any of their looks, even though there were some beautiful ones.
No, they were stunning, but I think they're just the shine on the Met Gala in general is a little dulled.
Yeah, so Sarah Jessica didn't go. And then the socialite, like, what's her name? The tall blonde.
Daphne Guinness.
Yes, she didn't go.
Who else
Great
didn't
pull
go?
on that name.
I don't know where that came from.
Wow.
They invited Meryl Streep. She said no, but she's never gone. So people made a big deal out of that.
Bella Hadid did not go.
Oh, interesting.
And I love seeing her. Now, I don't need to platform the Kardashians any more than they are.
They looked great
But
though.
Kendall Jenner can do no wrong in my book.
Yeah.
Her look, it was Zach Posen for Gap in like a wet looking t-shirt over nude garments. That girl, she can really, it is hard for me to not think she is outstanding.
She is. She is in everything that she does. Was Haley in this one? Did she?
Haley Bieber? Yeah, she did the gold bodice with the bright blue dress.
That like plate. Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite, but I
Okay.
didn't hate it by any means.
I did love the Anne Hathaway one though. So what I didn't know about it is that it was hand painted. It was actually canvas because I didn't understand. It looked really structured. Well, yeah, it's this heavy fabric, but the person that painted it was someone that went to art school with Michael Kors years ago.
No way, really?
So that was kind of back to the art part of it. He used like an actual canvas.
If you ever go to the Met Gala, will you let me paint a dress for you?
Just my body.
Yeah.
You just
Just do body paint. Don't make me laugh. I'm getting over my cold. If Becky ever ends up on the Met Gala steps, I'm painting her body.
We're just going to do it live though. We're going to just do a performance.
And what I'm
art.
going to do is a vintage set from Oh So Casual 2016 collection.
I want the addressing women sequins jacket.
I was going to do more of like that peach gauze set, like the capri gauze set. It would be really cool because I'll do shading on you to make it look like you have gauze on your body.
It should be the dress, the tie up underneath.
Yes! The Godet dress. Yes. I'm going to paint the Godet dress on Rebecca.
It's going to be best ofs. We'll just keep doing it in waves and then we'll start over. We'll do another one.
I can't believe Anna hasn't invited you yet. This is true art. She wants to represent art at the Met Gala. It's not me painting a vintage Oh So Casual 2-piece set onto Becky's bare body. Sheesh, Anna. You're really dropping your standard. There was one more that I loved. Oh, Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, yes.
So I love Sabrina Carpenter. She actually used old film from a movie.
Sabrina.
And
Audrey Hepburn.
yes, look at you, and created the dress. But the problem was the shoes were all wrong. They were too heavy and too tall.
You know what I saw that I was surprised by? There was an ankle boot somewhere in the mix. And I was like, just when you get rid of your ankle boots, then doggone it.
I think ankle boots are like the Adirondack jacket that you were speaking of the other day.
Just keep them around.
Yes. Yeah. Do you just keep them around? Okay. So listen, it's okay to watch the Met Gala and what have you. I just feel like there's a little stink on them right now. But I still appreciate the fashion as an art form.
Yes, of course.
And did you see that one of the interviewers on the red carpet were asking different celebrities, like, what's your favorite piece of art?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Any medium. But it was really tripping some of them up.
Did you know that Heidi Klum, my very favorite piece at our Art Institute is that beautiful marble that has the drape, but it's stone that looks like a veil. It's insane. That's what I think she took it a little too far. Because she's the queen.
You could see it in my eyes.
I know.
So Heidi Klum dressed up, as that marble stone. Yeah. Okay, the execution was stellar.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Too cartoonish, though.
It felt like a costume versus a piece of art.
That's it.
But it was funny to listen to some of these celebs ask, what's your favorite art, any medium? And it really, because I think a lot of celebrities who go to the Met Gala really fancy themselves like connoisseurs.
Yeah.
They don't have this type of art in their backdrop. All right. They don't have Kathy Levin's Art of Selling book behind them.
That's our art.
That's how we get. They don't have a baton from 84 as their sculptural works of art. It tripped a lot of them up.
They didn't have any answers.
And I was like, you guys, you're at the Met Gala. Fashion is art.
Yes.
Say your favorite fashion piece.
Yes.
There's so many beautiful fashion pieces.
That's true. Even if you couldn't name a painting, at least think of a garment.
Or like a McQueen collection from some of his final shows before he passed.
Right.
Like, why don't you get into those? Or,
Well, they can maybe hardly remember who even designed the dress.
Yeah, I know. They can't be bothered. So it's okay to like them. By the way, you guys, I believe in being honest, but I don't want to put people down, but I just don't like Blake Lively right now. Okay. So we're honest. I'm just saying it. I don't like her right now. She needs to take a break.
She said what she said.
I don't wish ill for her. She needs to take a break from all of this. Yeah. It's bad PR. And if we were best friends with you, A, we would have painted your nude body for the Met. And B, we wouldn't have let you go to the Met for a few years. We would have said, take a break.
I just cannot believe she did it back to back. Literally left the lawyer's office.
The audacity of it all is just insane to me.
For 3 generations, Elizabeth Grant has been delivering results. This is the only skincare collection in the world that offers Essence of Jerusalem that has literally transformed millions of people's skin around the world. And now they're exclusively supporting our podcast and all of you with an exclusive coupon code TURKEY25. Yep, TURKEY25. Use that when you shop at elizabethgrant.com. Start with the Essence of Jerusalem, the first ever serum in the beauty market, and then explore the rest of the collection. They have something for every skincare need, every age, every skin type, and they have an exclusive coupon code just for our listeners. It's Turkey25. Head to elizabethgrant.com and enjoy shopping with your exclusive discount.
Okay, speaking of audacity, gosh, we're being a little harsh today, but as good girlfriends, I think we need to discuss this. So there was an interview with Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
She is that cute, I think she's a British actress. She's
married to John Krasinski.
Yes, she's married to John Krasinski. I think they're cute together.
So her character,
she was Emily in The Devil Wears Prada.
That's right. Old Emily.
Yeah, she has tons of great roles. I don't know all of them.
Mary Poppins.
That's right. Yes, I think she's a great actress. I love her husband. I think they're cute. She was in Devil Wears Prada 1 and Devil Wears Prada 2, which, by the way, isn't getting great reviews. I'm still going to go see it.
Oh, I want to see it.
I do too, because I love Devil Wears Prada #1. Anyway, so she was in an interview, I think on like the, junket for the second movie. Right. And a question got brought up that said, what would you tell a woman who hates her job?
Oh, because Andy famously hated her job.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Anne Hathaway's character in Devil Wears Prada hated her job. And under her breath real quick, Emily Blunt goes, just quit. And I, on one hand, I'm like, yes, follow your dreams. If something isn't working for you, pivot for sure. But also I thought it was kind of rich coming from a millionaire celebrity who's married to another millionaire celebrity, where I wanted to like jump in there and be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
What if I don't have that luxury?
Before you quit, make sure you have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And not every job is going to be your dream job. What do you think about that?
Well, when I learned that this new generation really valued, like, you were supposed to be getting all your life from your coworkers, all your life from this whole experience. And I remember going, nuh-uh, it's work. It's called work for a reason. Like, I think our generation, it was so different. It was like, you worked for people you didn't like. You kind of sucked it up for a year to add to your resume, and then maybe you moved on. But now people are bebopping with remote working. People just scooch all over the place.
I completely agree with you. And I don't mean to sound like old people here, but we are all over 40.
Well, it was just a different time.
Well, but I think my best advice, and I say this to my sons all the time, is your job is not your identity. And your dream in life should not just be a dream job. What if your job provided your dream life?
See, that's what I like.
Yeah. So what if you
could dig ditches, but now you've got the cabin and the boat and the...
Yeah. I mean, my dad worked in a factory for 40 years.
Yes.
And you know what it provided for us? A great life.
That's right.
That wasn't his dream, but he did it. And we ended up having a great life because of it. And he has a great life because of it.
Yeah.
This whole idea that your job has to fulfill you in every way.
But think of that. No one relationship can do that.
No.
That's putting a lot of pressure on.
Yeah. And obviously you quit your job if there's massive disrespect, if there's any sort of abuse, if it's causing you, like true harm.
Yeah.
But suck it up. If you don't like your job, but it's paying your bills and it's a good resume builder.
Maybe you show up at 9 a.m.
Or you're learning from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there might be jobs that you don't love, but oh my gosh, if you just sit in the room and observe and listen and learn from others,
right,
maybe that will be your step in. I thought it was irresponsible of her to tell people to quit their job just because they don't love it.
Well, and it's kind of like our no contact conversation. Like, it seems like there is that overriding idea right now of they're not serving me. Next, this job isn't serving me. Next, as if that's the point.
Right.
Serving you and making you happy is not necessarily the point.
Right. Where did we lose? And especially if you're in the younger generation, where did we lose? Like, we will never feel uncomfortable. We will never be sad. We will never.
Good luck.
Like, I think some of my funniest stories are from jobs I absolutely hated.
Oh, I remember the one that I actually really did walk out on, and it was at the Terrace Theater in Robbinsdale, Minnesota. And I remember this boss, whoever you are, God bless you. It was bad. I mean, she was a yeller. Sure. She was rude. And it was one of those things where I was like, I think it was my summer job and I actually didn't really need it. I was going back to school. So it was something like that. And I just left and never came back.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only time I think I've ever.
But you also did that when you were working temp jobs. Like, it wasn't your career.
I was probably 15 years old.
Yeah. Well, there was no labor laws when we started working, hence.
Oh, yeah, I lied at Burger King.
That's right.
And I changed my birthday.
Well, at least you're at Burger King. I was detasseling corn.
Oh,
at 12.
That's right.
With a questionable bus driver. And a bus.
Will you just quickly tell the girls? Have you talked about this?
I think I've told this before.
When you get on the bus and go out to the fields all day.
I told you guys
this little teeny tiny girl.
I think I was 12 because it was going into 6th grade, and I'm an April birthday, so I'm young for my grade.
Yeah.
So going into 6th grade, so no, that would have been 11. So I was leaving 6th grade, going into 7th grade. I was 12.
Okay.
I wasn't a baby anymore.
That's a little teeny tiny kid.
I didn't get my period till I was 16. It's 4 years pre-period.
Well, thank God, because you would have been out in the field.
Yeah. Nowhere to go.
In a heap of trouble.
Yeah, a heap. It's best. It's best that you haven't been through puberty yet. I would go with my cooler, my igloo cooler.
What was in there? A little Sammy?
I was a really odd eater when I was little. There was probably like Oreo cookies. I didn't really like nutrition.
Yeah.
So
just a little something to get
Oreo
get
cookies,
through.
A fruit roll up, maybe a Diet Coke, or a Tahitian treat was big in my house.
Oh, yeah.
That bright red chemical infusion.
Red dye number.
Mm-hmm. There's probably...
Well, you could always gnaw on that corn, too.
Yeah.
Totally. Hungry.
I would walk to my middle school, and a really old, dilapidated school bus would pull up.
Yeah.
The driver, I want you to think about like...
Who's the one on The Simpsons?
I was just going to say.
Is it Otto?
Yeah. I want you to think about the Simpsons bus driver. I want you to make the cigarette just a little bit longer without a filter. Okay? And then the boots have like been in the fields.
Yeah.
Okay? And you board a bus to be taken out to the cornfields. And as I board the bus, I mean, any movie you can think about, my eyes are slowly going back and forth. I remember I was a late bloomer and I'm just a shorter, littler person by nature.
Yes.
So I was probably this tall, 3 feet tall.
And is the bus filled with kids?
The bus is filled with farm hands.
Child labor.
And like, like high school boys or 8th grade boys.
Big strapping lads.
And then me and my one friend, Shauna.
And your igloo cooler.
My igloo cooler had like a Lisa Frank sticker on it. And we'd get on the bus and they would drive us out into the cornfields. And then the people in charge, they would put you in a row. And then you would have to go down the row and detassel the corn.
How could you reach it?
I could barely reach. I don't know what was happening. Your hands would bleed. There was field mice.
Did you not have...
Of course, I never had proper footwear. I swear I was like in a jelly shoe or a flip-flop.
Yes.
And I would weep and cry. And it was either super hot or rainy
Up
or
and down
muddy.
the aisle.
And you would get yelled at if you weren't going fast enough. And all these other kids were like big, like farm boys. And then I was just... What do you $3.75 an hour?
I was going to say, what was your rate?
Maybe $4.20. It was either $3.75 or $4.25 an hour. You go out there and work for 5 or 6 hours and make $25.
Wow!
And then you come home on the bus and walk your ass home.
See, I don't think the girls believe it that you lived in a rural.
Worked every day. Well, in summer, I didn't work during the school year. Well, actually no. Then I started washing dishes.
Yeah.
Then I became a hostess. Then I became a server. That's where you really make your money.
Oh yeah.
But I worked every day of my life then until I had.
So when you hear Emily Blunt say "quit,"
I'm like, quit?
How am I supposed to get my Lisa Frank?
You
how
put your jelly shoes on and you get out in the cornfields and you pull those tassels off. Darn it. And when you really want to step up in the world, you start washing dishes.
That's right.
I just don't. We were just, I think, born in a different generation.
Yes.
Where if I wanted, Lisa Frank or the hottest shirt from Contempo Casuals.
How were you supposed to get your Gerbeau jeans?
That. I had to sell an organ for those. Whew, Gerbeau jeans. That was a whole nother level of work. So anyway, yes, that was my first job. But Emily, I don't think she meant any harm by it.
No.
And I think she means like, live your life, have fun. But I also think at some point it's like, also go get a job, make some money.
Yes.
And then hopefully you'll get enough experience or enough networking to move into positions that serve you better.
Well,
you know?
absolutely. And for sure, make sure you have something lined up before
Have
you
it, or reach out to Brecky, see how she makes her money.
Oh, you guys, you do have to watch Margot's Got Money Troubles. It's along those lines.
Okay. Are you Margot?
Well,
I'm not trying to say Becky has money troubles.
There's some full frontal nudity that I would not be well suited for.
Unless I painted you.
That's right.
Well suited. Not to say you wouldn't do it. You're just not the right choice.
There'd be a lower rate, I think, of pay.
Okay.
That's right.
Excuse me. Speaking of crazy things, I really have to quickly touch on this. For those of you who sometimes feel bogged down by all the burdens of the world,
Yes.
all the heavy things, you got to start looking up Florida man issues, Florida man arrests.
Just type that into your search engine.
If
just
you
start
just type in Florida man arrests, you guys, 85% of them seem like a sitcom, like a comedy. I looked up one recently and I took a picture of it so I could properly report. This is the most research I've ever done. Hold, please. I want to be friends with a criminal. I've never believed in more criminal activity than this. Are you ready?
This man has our vote.
Florida man detained after starting a karaoke competition inside a Waffle House bathroom at 3 a.m.
What a great headline.
Detained?
Celebrated.
Yes.
Lauded.
Come on. You should have rallied the troops. I think we need nothing more than a karaoke competition in a bathroom.
Competition of one? Or did he bring some...
It
Get
says.
some more people
I'll
involved.
read more to you, okay? All right. This is Pensacola, Florida. A 44-year-old Florida man was detained early Sunday morning after he allegedly carried a full karaoke rig into a single-stall bathroom of a Waffle House at 3:41 in the morning.
The acoustics in the bathroom, so good.
He began running an unauthorized 8-round bracket-style tournament with an $11 entry fee.
Oh, so he's working another busined That's the problem. The
Why
Waffle
weren't we
House
part of this?
wants in on the action.
Come on. I'd pay $111 to enter that bracket. His name is Dale. He was taken into custody after a server reported a line of 14 men. 14 men forming in the dining room, several clutching folded napkins with their sign sticks scribbled in. Where's the crack
That's right.
Explain the crime. I see no crime. Justice for Dale. You're telling me Blake Lively's walking free at the Met Gala and this man's being detained?
And listen, to get 14 people at 3 a.m, I mean, you've got to really hustle. You get over here.
I see nothing wrong. 14 people who just want to sing, break out in song.
With a dream and a napkin.
I didn't see a weapon mentioned. I didn't see any sort of assault. Are you kidding me?
I love it.
This is where we're putting our resources?
No, that young man said, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to set up shop in the Waffle
fee?
House.
Open to everybody.
That actually is reasonable.
Open to everybody. There's no limits. You know, it's not saying you got to be a millionaire to participate.
No, that's right.
Justice for Dale. Pensacola, please get your act together. All right? That's not who we're arresting at 3 a.m. Good old Dale.
Type in Florida Man. Watch Florida Man.
God, I love him.
On HBO, I think.
Oh, my God, I love him. Dale, his name is Dale Pickering.
As he should, yes.
Could we put a picture of him
Mr.
up?
Dale. Can show the friends,
He's
Leah.
wearing, well, hold on.
He got gussied up for the event.
He's wearing, a gold, kind of Hulk Hogan inspired
and is that a
jacket.
boa? Is that a
And a feather boa.
Terrific.
He even has.
Oh, he looks like Ric Flair. Where is
He
Woo?
even has a tattoo on his right chest that says karaoke.
Oh, he lives for this. Yeah.
This is
a
exactly what the
lifestyle.
bus driver looked like who picked me up for my corn detasseling job when I was 12.
Well, that's my day. This is at 3 a.m.
Holy smokes. That could have been my bus driver back in the day. I'm happy to see he's doing something much more fun than detasseling corn.
Oh, Dale. God love you.
Okay, last but not least, before we have to get going. So, you know, Becky and I always talk about this as a break in your day. Like,
yes.
This is a girlfriend chat, so you don't have to truly worry about all the real worries of the world.
This is a
or your
breather.
to-do list, okay? Now, there are controversial things that I think get people really mad. Because remember, we told you all this one time. Rage is more addicting than sex. So sometimes I think people get caught up in controversial things because the rage is so addictive.
It makes them feel.
We are going to talk about 2 controversial subjects, but these 2 ladies, we like to giggle about them. This is not us taking a side.
I'm not going to take a stand.
We're not taking a stand. Mm-mm. We're just giggling. So if controversies or controversial topics make you mad, this is your time to say sayonara. Love you so much. Controversy. This is your time to say, see you next week. We love you so much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's 2 controversial things that we have to talk about.
Wait a minute.
What was yours?
Wait, what was mine? Oh, it was the projecting onto the Bezos' house.
I didn't know anything about this. So explain this
So
to us
there
really
is
quick.
this company, think of them as like a modern technological version of graffiti. So instead of tagging trains or buildings, they're doing a video presentation on, this example was the Bezos' penthouse. And it was right.
Bezos are always controversial.
Well, and they want to unionize Amazon. They get paid hardly anything. And it was this little grandma who works for them. She's a packer, and she's on full, covers the entire building, and it's her story. And this is like this guerrilla kind of
Wait, so they
project her face and her story
on Jeff Bezos' building?
on the building.
Genius.
And by the time anyone figures out where it's coming from across the way because it's like a projector. By the time they figure it out, they've wrapped up.
Is this legal activity or is it illegal?
I think that's the whole point. It's kind of like Banksy. It's like, who is behind it? They don't know what the agenda is. They don't know where it's going to be next. Good luck trying to find them.
If you don't think I'm going to be out at Rockefeller Center broadcasting this podcast on the side of the Today Show, you crazy.
But that's the kind of thing you could do. You could literally hijack another production with your production.
Oh my. So next time my Today Show colleagues are out on the plaza, I'm going to start doing like a projection on their faces.
When you hear Huey Lewis coming from Jenna's.
It's going to be the 2 of us talking about why Becky needs Lumi in her hot zones. And Al Roker is going to be trying to duck, bob, and weave around it, and he can't because I just got a projector going to town.
Right.
It's just Becky with a Lumi advertisement on her. I think that's genius. See, there's funny things in controversial people. See? The most controversial thing to me about Jeff Bezos is that stupid carpet he used at his wedding. I'm still upset about that. It's been a year.
And her fashions are just, here's what I think. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. When you see her and you see her years ago, it's this crazy otherworldly body. that doesn't hold clothes very well.
Jessica Rabbit.
Yes.
She's getting a lot of flack too for what she wore to the Met Gala, because even though she did.
Did she do Schiaparelli? Or what did she do? I can't remember.
She wore Schiaparelli, but it was so just, she's a one-hit wonder when it comes to the dresses she wears.
That's right.
She just wears the same thing to show off her little hourglass figure. I'm like, girl, this is supposed to be art. And Schiaparelli is the most beautiful art, but it wasn't the right dress on the right body for the right occasion.
Well, that's what people were saying. It's like you're at the wrong event.
Yeah, like Heidi Klum dressed up as a marble figure. Right. I think we could take it a little bit further, Lauren.
That's it.
Okay, my controversial corner is Spencer Pratt's running for the LA mayor.
Oh my gosh.
And you guys,
have you seen the videos, the trailers?
Okay,
it's hysterical.
We are not talking politics. We are not talking left versus right. We are not talking Democrat versus Republican. The former star of The Hills.
This is akin to Jesse Ventura running for governor here.
Yeah, because we had Jesse Ventura,
Wrestlers,
the body,
yes,
as our governor when I was in college. I think I was in college. Spencer Pratt is leading the race for mayor of LA. Yeah. And without putting our opinion on it, I just think it is so awesome.
It's the world we live in.
That you look back, there is a reality star who is now leading the race for, I think LA is second biggest only to New York City in our country.
With people?
Of
density or space?
Space and finances. California is our biggest, I can't speak intelligently about this, but anyway, it is one of the largest budgets.
And it's sprawling. I mean, LA County goes everywhere.
It just shows you, just like when I said, if Elf could have a sitcom in the 80s, anybody can do it. If Spencer Pratt from The Hills can run for and lead, I want you to believe in yourself.
You can do anything.
You can do anything. If this teaches us anything, sky's the limit.
If that's not the confidence of the Countess, I don't know what else is.
But I do love the way, and I will not tell you whether I agree with which politics, because this is not a place to get into it.
Well, I mean, I think everyone can agree that that the Palisades burning down and no progress being made is an issue, and that's where he started. That's where I met him. The videos he's making, it's hysterical. They're like AI.
You guys, I mean, it really is. Whether you like him or not, you got it when he. On social media, there's a trend right now where they sing, I think it's Sabrina's house tour. I'll take you on a house tour. Like people go through like these big mansions or like hotels. He does it in the Airstream he's living in now because he's basically homeless because his house burnt down.
Right.
I mean, that's smart marketing.
He's
doing
working.
Smart marketing, whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
You guys, it's controversial, but it's hysterical.
But it kind of makes sense because they know the entertainment piece of it. He was a political science major, I found out.
Was he really?
I had to ask, like, can anybody off the street, like, if you're not prepared at all, can you do this? Right. So he has a little background.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, either way you look at it, if that man is leading the mayor race in LA, I want you to believe in yourself.
That's right.
Anything that you think you should be doing or can be doing, you can.
Yes.
And take a note from, he's being I think what he's doing best is being disruptive.
That's the right word.
He's being so disruptive to normal politics. And I think people who are sick of politics, which many of us are, you look at it and you think, even if I don't like him, he's doing something different.
But I always wonder when you go for the outsider, if it's like they do have to start working with people at some point.
Yeah,
you know
that's the problem. I wonder when do you get sucked in?
That's it.
When do you get sucked into the crazy? Is he left or right? I don't know.
I feel like the way politics are now, he would be considered a Republican. I don't know if that's what he's running as.
Yeah, I don't know what ticket, what side he's on, but that is hysterical.
It's insane, the world we live in.
Like if you reversed into 2012
idiocracy in real life,
and you were like, you know what, that kid from the hills, he's going to make a great mayor one day.
Well, that's one of your controversies, though, that some of these young people are cherry picked.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he was.
By them, whoever they are.
Wait, by the way, just between us girls, real quick before we go, there is somebody who ran for politics here in Minneapolis that has some crazy stories.
Oh, good Lord, you guys.
And I said, like, it's so crazy. I'm like afraid to talk about it.
I think we can talk about it.
Do you think we can? Okay, we'll talk about it next week or this week.
You guys do a little homework. Look up the tarantula thrower here in Edina, Minnesota that ran for, I think, Hennepin County Commissioner and is now running on something else. do a little prep. We'll all do headlines and hearsay next week.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
We tried to stay to 40 minutes. I'm so sorry, you guys. We went way over 40 minutes, but we're doing our best. We can't help but visit. Anyway, listen, I hope this was a great break for all of you to forget about the worries of the week.
Yes.
I hope you can find the humor in as much as possible. We love you so much. We hope you go with the confidence, the delusional confidence
Spencer Pratt.
of the Countess, of Alf, so many more. And if you do find yourself still sad, turn on a little Huey Lewis in the news.
And type in Florida man. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Don't make me laugh.
You did so great for an hour. You did great.
All right. We love you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
If you want to move better, if you want to feel better, if you want to perform better, and who doesn't, you've got to check out Daily Fascia. Daily Fascia is one of our original supporters. It is brought to you by Erin. And what she does is she helps relieve aches and pains with fascia-focused activations. She is a best-selling DailyOM course creator who does personalized sessions that help you feel your absolute best. You can check her out on Instagram, Patreon, or YouTube. And when you do, use the code HAPPY20 to let her know that we sent you and to get a special discount exclusive to our listeners. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
It will help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.